So, Les,
So Dad.
how old are you now?
14 and a half.
Tell me something interesting that's happened this fall.
Well, let's see. Stay positive. I got third chair in YAO, which I did not expect. And I started school, which was weird, because it's weird. Everything's weird. Yeah.
Where are you going to school?
Regis.
What grade are you in?
9th.
Did you go to school in person?
Hybrid. So, well, we started hybrid. So, actually, we started online. Yeah, so they had us online for 2 weeks. And then we went into hybrid. And Ella and I are in the Loyola cohort, so we go Mondays and Thursdays. And then on Tuesdays and Wednesdays we have online, and Fridays we have off, which is the most amazing thing that happened in quarantine so far. It's like 3-day weekends every weekend. That's really nice. Yeah, but now we're online. And we will be, Regis sent out another email today saying that they're moving back the reopening date a week.
What's the reopening date?
The reopening date used to be December 4th, but now it's like December 11th. It's not gonna reopen. So yeah.
So you started with music. That's going well?
Yeah, it's going really well actually. Since we moved, I don't know. But since we moved, I've been practicing way more. And I'm not exactly sure why, but it's really nice. And I'm in book 9 now. And, Arlette let me start the book of Bach that I got in the mail a couple weeks ago, which is really exciting. And I finished Applebaum, so now I'm on Mazdas. After that, I'm doing Kreutzer. And YO shut down. We were gonna have a concert recording thing this Saturday, and they announced that it was closing down like yesterday or something. But YO is awesome. YO is totally awesome.
Tell me about the move.
Well, it was crazy. We were totally not prepared at all. Like the day before we were supposed to move, everything looked totally normal. Like I didn't even start packing my room until like the night before. Bad idea. It came and it went. Like it happened. It took us forever to get everything out of 450. So Halloween night actually is when we got everything officially out of 450. That was our deadline. And we went there that morning to get stuff out. Dad, Mom, and I did. And then later that night, so we had Jameson over in the reps. And then after they left, we went and loaded everything else out. And got back. I mean, technically we made the deadline. We didn't go past midnight. So, yeah.
What's it like to be back at 960?
Mixed feelings. I mean, I like the neighborhood. I like the location better. I like having a backyard. And I like not having grumpy, obnoxious neighbors. But the room situation is a little rough because Canty doesn't know how to sleep. And I don't know. I'll like when the attic is done because then I'll have someplace to like run away to. That's not the basement because the basement is never like empty for very long. And yeah, I don't know. I like it. It's just kind of super cluttered and crazy right now, so maybe I'll like it more in a year.
What are you most looking forward to?
Well, I guess like in my ideal perfect like scenario when everything like suddenly opens up and suddenly I have like Arlette in person, YO with the whole group, and then basketball practices every night of the week with an actual team. And I can go to school and meet people. Yeah, basically opening up. But in the short term, Jack's coming home tonight, and I'm super, super, super excited.
Where has he been?
He has been on his gap year, and he went up that way and then that way to so. He went to Montana, I think, and then he went to Maine and then New York, and now he's coming through Kansas, and he's gonna be here in 4 hours. Yeah.
You miss him.
I miss him a ton. It's kind of sad. I'm really excited.
You went flying this fall. What was that like?
I did, yeah. So, I haven't been doing the sporties very much at all. So I was a little worried about the first flight, but the instructor turned out to be totally chill, and he didn't quiz me on anything, thank goodness. And so we spent half the time on pre-flight. And then when we got up into the air, well, first he showed me how to taxi the plane, just kind of driving it. So much harder than it looks. And you don't use the steering wheel, you steer with your feet. The steering wheel is for sky only. It's not called a steering wheel, it's called what is it? Rudder? I don't know.
Stick?
I should really know that. Taxiing harder than it looks. Very, very difficult. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, so he let me take off, which was terrifying, but we didn't crash or die, and I didn't destroy the plane, so I'd count it as a success overall. It was really fun, actually. Yeah.
And basketball.
Yeah, basketball. So I'm still doing Michael. I wonder, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still doing Michael, and he's assigning all the virtual workouts to True Coach. Right now, he's only assigning me 2 a week, which is nice, because then I can choose whether or not I want to go to the gym on the other days. And when I go to the gym, I like to make up my own thing, because I've got, so many drills that he's assigned me before that I can just make it up in my head. And then Regis practices were going on for a while. We had them 2 or 3 days a week. That stopped, obviously. They went pretty well while they were going. I liked it. Coach Carl is weird. He's very weird. But overall, it was pretty good. And then Premier, I'm still with Jeff, and let's see if I can name everyone on my team. So Caitlin, Talon, Emily, Megan, Macy, Stella, Peyton, me, because there's only 8 girls. So yeah, and then Coach Jeff, of course, which is so great. I asked Jeff if he'd be coaching us next year, last week, and he said as far as he knew, yes. So I really hope that turns out to be true. And we had what's supposed to be our last practice for this foreseeable future last night, which was kind of sad. But tryouts in March.
So the pandemic eventually will come to an end. And eventually we'll get to that reality that you described. And that'll be a happy future self, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to tell your future self right now?
Like the hypothetical happy future self when everything's open?
Any of your future selves probably needs some advice. And you probably have some really good advice to give that future self. What would that advice be?
Let's see, I had this really good thing. I can't remember what it was, but it was a couple days ago when I remembered something that I wanted to tell myself as a parent. It's really, really important. I can't remember what it is. But myself as in when the pandemic ends, which is hopefully in the next year or so. I don't know. Just take advantage of being able to go places and meet a ton of people. And right now, my list of potential friends at Regis is Addie Dar, Grace Drilling, I don't know. Gianna Dowling. What's her name? Oh, Erin House. That's it so far. And then Joanna, obviously. And Katie, still in Michigan. She just turned 15. And I remembered her birthday this year. For the longest time, I thought it was in August. And I kept wishing her happy birthday in August. And then she told me it was in November, and I think I got it like 1 year. But it's been, okay, it's been a mess. But I remembered this year, and I'm very proud of myself.
That's great. Anything else you'd like to share?
I don't know. I'm interested to see if my future self is ambitious as my current self.
Describe that ambition so we can compare.
So I made a dream board a little bit ago, and in my future like college and careers section, my top 3 dream colleges are Harvard, MIT, and Juilliard. And by I don't want to go to Juilliard, but if I end up going to school in Boston, I want to take classes from Juilliard, because that would be awesome. And Harvard and MIT, like, I'll visit them. They both sound really cool. And then for careers-wise, I'm really interested in like intelligence, in, Army, Navy, Air Force. I don't know how that really works, but it sounds super cool. And the pin you get is also really neat looking. Obviously I want to be a mom, and I want to have 8 kids and homeschool them all. And maybe I'll be an astrophysicist. Maybe I'll be a writer. What else is there? Oh, kind of like Aunt Sue, like religious philosopher. Yeah. So yeah, that's just about it.
That's pretty ambitious.
Yep. Yeah.
That's great.
Thanks.
How about we get a picture of how much your dad loves you? I love you. Bye.
Bye.